Hello viewers, thanks for watching Parties Extra, brought to you by Party Galaxy. SoRelle Fitzgerald came by today to tell us about the changes in Lakehurst neighborhood. She also told us about the parties they're having. SoRelle, welcome. I'm glad you're here to talk about the Lakehurst neighborhood.
Thank you, Helen. I'm glad to be here.
You all have a big project going on, Facelift at 50, and that's in the neighborhood. So tell us about it.
Well, we decided that there were certain things that need to be done in our neighborhood that had been talked about for quite a number of years, but had never happened. So, four of us, I should say girls, we're not really girls, but anyway, we decided to get together and get this organized, and we were determined it was going to happen because a lot of the trees along May Avenue had been pruned so many times because of the electrical lines that some were leaning, some were just dying, and a lot of them were diseased. So after we had a conservation look at those trees, we found out that only 7 were really healthy. And eventually,
all along May Avenue?
All along May Avenue.
Between Britton and Wilshire?
That's right.
Okay.
So knowing that those trees were eventually going to be cut down either by OG&E or the city when they widened the street, we decided we would try and get a jump on it. OG&E offered very graciously to take the trees down for us after a vote of the neighborhood. We had block meetings so we could tell the people what we plan to do and encourage them to help fund this project for us.
Those trees went down. They were gone.
They did.
And then you all came along and painted the fence all down May Avenue. Tell us about that.
We had a volunteer force that one of our neighbors got together, but we weren't sure how many were going to turn up that day, whether there were going to be any at all. As it turned out, about 30 or 35 people came out with their dirty clothes on, ready to paint, and everyone took a little section. We had to power wash the fences before we did all of this, but we had it done by noon.
Well, I think that looks really good.
And people were surprised at how good it looked because it'll be a nice backdrop to the new trees we put in, and it will not show that we have a lot of fences that aren't the same height because there has not been.
It looks very organized. So now your next step was to put in an irrigation system?
That's right, and it is in. The sprinklers are in. They're ready to be operational very soon after we complete getting we have the permit, but we have inspections. The system has been inspected and approved. We have another little thing that has to be approved first, but then they will be ready to go on and water the Bermuda that's able to grow better now that the trees are not there. And as soon as this extreme heat is over and we have some good rains, then our new trees will go in.
This neighborhood now has a bunch of parties going on. So
that's right. We have a lot of young couples, which is really thrilling to us older people. And the attraction is because Christ the King School is nearby. And so we have a lot of nice young families, and they are encouraging their friends to move into the neighborhood too,
and you
because
have a social
they like
committee,
it so much. And so we have 6 young girls that wanted to start this social committee, and they organized a Christmas tour of homes, which we charge for, and that raised some money for this project. And then the president of the association had everyone to his home for a little cocktail party afterwards, which was a lot of fun, and everyone had a great time. So they just keep planning parties. They planned a picnic not too long ago, and C.R. Head, who is one of our neighbors, whose family owns the Head Country Barbecue Sauce Company, he donated the whole party. He donated all the barbecue and all the trimmings to go with it. And the girls had a fire truck from one of the local fire departments come by so the kids would have some fun. And they had the Thunder basketball game on, which happened to be that day. And they had a big screen out in the yard, and people were just having a great time.
So that was out in the
That's right.
Out in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
And you put out this newsletter, which is it's very well done. Very well done.
Thank you.
So that's great.
Thank you.
And a new directory, and I mean,
Yes.
Lakehurst is just going to town.
Well, we're just trying our best.
Good luck on the facelift in the neighborhood. Sounds like all good neighbors live by you. Lakehurst is the place to be.